the red corner, standing at a towering 6'7" and weighing in at a rock-solid 252 pounds, it's the iron-fisted giant from Ukraine, Vitali Klitschko. Vitali would be coming into this fight with 37 wins, 36 of them ending with Klitschko putting his opponents away in brutal fashion. He would be coming into the fight as the reigning WBC heavyweight champion, looking to make his third title defense as the boxing world watched on. Looking to dethrone the heavyweight king, and standing in the opposite corner was a Mexican-American animal of a fighter, standing at 6'3" tall and weighing in at a solid 251 pounds. Chris Arreola. The Mexican-American would be coming in with a perfect record of 27 fights, 27 wins, with 24 by the way of knockout. It's safe to say Vitali had his hands full with this beer-loving brawler. Vitali would be on the back of some great wins, including dismantling the heavy-handed Samuel Peter to reclaim the WBC title and dominating Juan Carlos Gomez in his first title defense. If Chris Arreola was going to get the win, he would need to bring something special to the ring that night.
Very good opponent. If very good fighter challenge me, this will be a very interesting fight. Not just for audience, for me also.
Before the fight with Arreola, Vitali Klitschko had already cemented his place as a legendary heavyweight after returning from retirement to reclaim his throne. Born in Belovodsk, Soviet Union, Vitali Klitschko dominated the amateur scene, winning multiple kickboxing and boxing championships before turning professional. After a string of dominant performances, he claimed the WBO heavyweight title in 1999. Throughout the 2000s, Klitschko had notable victories against fighters like Herbie Hyde, Corey Sanders, and Danny Williams, all while refining his skills under the guidance of the respected trainer Fritz Stunek. Stunek was a respected figure in boxing, having trained champions like Darius Mikalchevsky, shaping Vitali Klitschko from a heavy-handed knockout artist into one of the most dominant and resilient heavyweights of his era. Under his tutelage, Klitschko refined his technique, using his towering frame and relentless pressure with a more calculated and disciplined approach to breaking down opponents. However, despite his dominance, Klitschko was often criticized for the lack of a defining fight against a prime all-time great, with his era being overshadowed by his absence during key years and the decline of heavyweight competition. In 2008, Klitschko reclaimed the WBC title after coming out of retirement at 37 years old to dominate Samuel Peter, marking one of the most impressive comebacks in heavyweight history. Klitschko's status as the WBC champion remained intact, but questions lingered about his legacy, with critics still searching for a defining fight against a prime all-time great. The iron-jawed Ukrainian would have to bide his time and continue his reign, proving his dominance while the heavyweight division searched for its next true challenger. Meanwhile, Chris Arreola was beloved by hardcore boxing fans, but yet to prove himself at the elite level. Arreola was a rugged and relentless fighter from the United States, who had built his reputation through all-action brawls and knockout power. 6 years younger than the champion and hailing from California, Arreola had steadily risen through the heavyweight ranks, making his mark in the division during the 2000s. He became the North American Boxing Federation (NABF) heavyweight champion in 2007, using the regional title as a springboard to bigger fights while maintaining an undefeated record. Despite his achievements in North America, he had yet to make a name for himself on the world stage. Weighing in 21 pounds lighter than Vitali, but what Arreola lacked in size, he made up for in aggression, durability, and a relentless fighting style that kept opponents under constant pressure. Renowned for his iron chin, having never ever been knocked out in his professional career. Outside the ring, Arreola led an outspoken and colourful life that contrasted sharply with the disciplined image of many professional fighters. He was known for his unapologetic personality and love of beer, often embracing an unorthodox training regimen that clashed with the disciplined lifestyle of most top heavyweights. This carefree approach made him a curious figure in the boxing world. Many questioned whether his lack of strict conditioning would hold up against the elite fighters of the division.
Plain and simple, I'm from California. We live in California. We get the best Cali green. And I tested positive. If anything, it makes me a worse fighter. I train like if I was to do it while I'm training.
Fight night, and the arena was packed. The Staples Center in Los Angeles was the battleground. We joined the fighters in the first round in the autumn of 2009. Would the heavyweight king break the challenger down like a sledgehammer to a brick wall? Or would this beer-loving brawler have more than just a few cold ones up his sleeve?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very exciting fight.
But we shall see. There's a right hand over the top by Klitschko. Those arms.
And what he's got to be careful is watching, figure out what he's going to do, and that's why then he lulls you to sleep and then he catches you with a big shot.
Righty shot by Arreola. Dominate opponents with his great defense.
And right now, Arreola has slowed down his momentum and is
trying to discourage him from coming in.
1 minute timings as we go along. Vitali Klitschko is throwing jabs.
Klitschko established his jab early, using his reach advantage to keep Arreola at bay. Arreola pressed forward but struggled to find his range, often swinging at air as Klitschko moved backward, landing punches to the head.
To do in this round.
And he cannot really get the range for his punches yet.
It'd be easier for Chris to go to the body, and there he is, banging away at the body as he promised he would. He wants him. Landing his jab, his left hook, straight right hand. Yeah, that's right. I mean, the reason Vitali threw 88 punches in round 1.
This is where he can just simply move back right there, and then reach in and punch.
Can he keep up the pace? He's fighting with an open mouth, breathing through his mouth.
Straight right and uppercut combination. Now he threw a...
Doesn't commit to these punches. A lot of stuff. How long can he go on taking this kind of punishment?
30-27, Vitali Klitschko. Jim, I got to tell you, Chris Arreola is making the... You got to give him angles, and you got to work your way inside by giving him angles. Just like he's doing there.
Vitali depends on keeping distance. That's why he drops his head.
Klitschko boxed smartly from the outside, pumping his jab and mixing in straight right hands that kept Arreola guessing. Arreola, determined as ever, tried to force his way inside, but the champion's footwork and precision counterpunching made it a frustrating task. With Klitschko landing more right hands as Arreola's pressure increased, it became clear that the challenger was in for a long night.
Behind on the scorecards, as you see from Harold Letterman's unofficial card. After Vitali Klitschko landed a right hand, Arreola shook his head as if to say that's not a big one. Feet to turn back with the right hand.
Arreola got to be in two colors because he sees Vitali running and get caught with a right hand as he's running in. Punch from a distance where he can punch at it and hit just like that.
He's nursing some chronic injuries.
Vitali on the run.
Well, and he knows that Vitali is not a big...
Arreola showed determination, pressing forward despite the punishment. Klitschko remained composed, using his jab to control the distance and prevent Arreola from landing significant shots.
Vitali would have had in a long time, and it's turning out to be that. Even though he's winning it, after every...
That Arreola's momentum is waning. And now he almost got a big right hand onto the chin of Klitschko.
But it's really hard to hit Klitschko with the second shot.
Oh, thank you. Right to be. And he holds his hands out in front of him when necessary and either pushes you. We have the last several opponents who just couldn't get inside on the big man. We're halfway through the schedule.
For that. 6-0 Klitschko.
Actually, Vitali's been so effective with his punches so far, Harold, that he's held. Now the Klitschko rooters in the crowd begin to chant. Seem to happen, although both have been a little more flexible about that idea recently.
Before a guy can return a punch back.
And that's again to an older one. And Klitschko...
The Klitschkos, both of whom weigh about 235, 240, 245 when walking around, because they come to camp in such magnificent shape that all they do is add muscle.
He's shown that, but he hasn't shown he can beat him.
Round 8 saw Arreola push forward with relentless aggression, landing some of his best shots of the fight, including a solid left hand that briefly put Klitschko on the back foot. The champion remained composed, responding with sharp counters to slow Arreola's momentum. Though the challenger had his moments, Klitschko's control and accuracy kept him firmly ahead.
Chris Arreola is 28 and still learning. And within the last 10 seconds, I think Vitali Klitschko got a sense that... Can't stop the right hand. Quick little left hook as Arreola leaned in. How about that right uppercut?
Right up
With that left jab and the straight right hand. and a right hand, and put him on the outside. 8-1, Vitali Klitschko.
The big factor right now as I look going down the stretch. I just look it in the eyes of Vitali. He is able to think so much.
Vitali has a great sense of timing. He humiliated confidence level at that moment. Arreola is still trying.
Using pivots on his punches, where he's punching and moving away at the same time. It's just rich.
CompuBox has trapped Vitali Klitschko. He has landed the previous outing. And again, credit to Arreola. He's pressured Vitali all the way and made him.
Klitschko's control was unwavering. Areola's corner, recognizing the one-sided nature of the bout and the punishment their fighter was enduring, decided to stop the fight before the start of the 11th round, awarding Klitschko a TKO victory. A well-deserved victory for the champion, but the challenger could take a moral win, absorbing a record-breaking 301 punches from Vitali Klitschko, and never hitting the canvas was a feat in itself. This would be Areola's first shot at heavyweight gold, but not his last, as he left the ring that night battered, emotional, but with a reputation for toughness that few could match. We will leave you with one question. Are you a true boxing fan? If so, give that subscribe button a proper chin check. See you in the next one.